नित्यानन्देश्वर समारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। इस समय हमारे साथ उपस्थित सभी दर्शकों और भक्तों का मैं प्रेम एवं आशीर्वाद सहित स्वागत करता हूँ। I welcome all the devotees, disciples, samajis, satsangis, Srimahans, Mahans, Kotaris, Tanedars sitting with us all over the world through Nithyananda TV, Lotus News Channel, Sadhana TV, Ishwar TV, Janashri TV, and in two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha in many countries all over the world. Cities sitting with us in two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. Oman Sivagangai, Hong Kong Sota, Doncaster UK, Jorpati Nepal, Tune Moon Hong Kong, Dakota Dunes, Hyderabad Guptakashi, Guadalupe Rameshwaram, Nithyananda University Los Angeles, Nithyananda University Paris, Nithyananda Nagaramu Hyderabad, Nithyananda Nagar Bidadi, Nithyananda Nagar Tiruvannamalai, Ohio Prayag, Oklahoma Somanatham, Varanasi, San Jose Madurai, Seattle Chidambaram, Seremban Malaysia, Singapore Singapuram, Toronto Kailasam, Vancouver Bhubaneswar, London Kashi, Camas Hong Kong, Dakota Dunes, Devon UK, High Point North Carolina, Hong Kong Sirgari, Houston Kalahasti, Hyderabad Guptakashi, Indrani New Jersey, Abu Dhabi, Scottsdale Arizona, Johns Creek Georgia, Jorpati Nepal, Port Washington New York, Winston-Salem North Carolina, Hyderabad Guptakashi. That's it. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Today I will teach precisely how to build the authentic identity. First thing, one of the biggest mistake our Bhaashyakaaras, vaarthikakaaraas, tikakaaraas, Hinduism as commentators, commenting on commentary, commenting on the commentary of the commentary. Please listen. Hinduism as commentators, people who comment on the commentary, people who comment on the commentary of the commentary. Bhaashyakaaras are commentators. Vaarthikakaaraas are the commentators of the commentary. Tikakaaraas are the commentators on the commentary of the commentary. Let me tell you the truth as it is, the stark reality. Please understand. As a representative of Hinduism and spiritual head of one of the oldest apex body of Hinduism, now very recently coronated as one more Peethadhipati of one of the oldest mutts. The name will be soon revealed. Listen. I am representative of Hinduism. I don't mean to disrespect Hinduism. But I need to tell you the problem we created for ourselves. The stark reality is a very big miss which led to a very big mess. We started thinking that the space of the no mind can be directly achieved from this messy mind. Both your legs are tied with the chain in this mess, mud. But you go on thinking you can just jump and fall into heaven. It is very unfortunate. The Bhaashyakaaras, vaarthikakaaraas, tikakaaraas of many of the Hindu philosophies, usually Bhashyakaara means Shankara, vaarthikakaara means Sureshwaracharya. But here, when I am using the word Bhashyakaara, vaarthikakaara, tikakaara, I am not mentioning them. I am not talking about them. I am talking about many people who tried to interpret, missed this one of the important point. From the messy mind you cannot take jump into no mind space. Only from an organized mind you can enter into no mind space, beyond mind space. Ramakrishna was able to catch it because Ramakrishna is an experiential expression. He says very clearly, it is from Vidyahankara only you can jump into the space of no ahankara. So the first thing all of us have to realize, the authentic identity you are building is a spiritual practice. Only from this you can take the quantum jump of beyond identity, the space of beyond identity. We always think, after all, from the bridge, if I am going to jump into the river, why should I build the bridge? But without bridge, if you directly try to jump into the river, you may die by hitting yourself on a rock. From the bank, if you just try to jump into the river, what will happen? You may die on the rocks which are there in the banks. So even to jump into the river, you need to find a right place where you can really swim and enjoy the river. So you need to build a bridge even if you are going to jump into the river. You need to build authentic identity even if you are going to enter into the space of beyond identity. That's the first lesson. Buddhism, I tell you, being one of the leaders of Hinduism, I tell you with all the respect, Buddhism did not miss this truth. You need to build mind to jump beyond mind. Very unfortunate, we missed it. We really missed it, a very bad miss. We were always imagining, just like that suddenly we can jump into. It is possible. I am not saying it is not possible. The sudden enlightenment is possible, but it is not for mass. Very rare, few intelligent beings declare that sudden completion, like Valmiki, Ramadasa, Arunagirinatha Swamigal, of Thiruvannamalai. Not Arunagiri Yogeshwara, Arunagirinatha, great devotee of Subramanya. Kanakatasa. There are, there will be few beings who had the spontaneous enlightenment, the sudden jump into the mindlessness, into the cosmos, into the consciousness, declared completion suddenly. But that is not a system, that is an exemption. Exemption cannot be celebrated as a system. That's one of the biggest mess and miss Hindus had. Please understand. We should know our problems, only then we can correct it. The practices of building the mind. Practices of building the mind. Listen. I am using this word once more. Practices of building the mind is as important as practices of building the body, like eating, sleeping. I wanted this as the punchline for today. Just like sleeping, completion is required for mind. Just like eating, authenticity is required for the mind. For body, eating; for mind, authenticity; for body, sleeping; for mind, completion. Like how you eat all day. If you don't have work, you are only eating or drinking. Morning, the moment you wake up, little fruits, 2 bread, 1 cup coffee, and then brush the teeth. Finish 1, 2, 3. Come back and have just few idlis, hot idlis. Chutney, sambar. And then while you are driving to the office, little French fries and 2, 3 burger. Then the moment you reach the office, Coca-Cola. Whole day how you go on and on and on eating. There are some people who just faint the moment they hear about my disciples Nirahara. Forget about doing Nirahara. The moment they hear my disciples, many of them live without food, they die. They faint. Without eating. All of you should know, I may not be directly conducting the Nirahara Samyama, but it goes on. Thanks to hats off to the sincerity of Sri Priyan and Nitya Devi, 27 batches of Nirahara Samyama, level 1, level 2, level 3 is done successfully. And it is going on. I wanted this to be part of our university syllabus also. Thanks to Sri Priyan and Nitya Devi's sincerity, I am seeing regularly, they put it in the Facebook, enroll people, send them instruction, conduct the Nirahara Samyama. Understand? Just by listening about Nirahara Samyama, people die. Many people. Anyhow, I just wanted you guys to know authenticity is much more important than eating. Same way sleeping. Completion is much more important than sleeping. Whole day build your identity with authenticity. See, every step, every action, every inch, every step, every action, every inch, every thought goes on, should get aligned to what you want to be. Listen. The muscles which are not becoming part of your body only becomes tumor. Your thoughts and actions, words which are not becoming your authentic identity only becomes incompletion. Your incompletions receives energy from you. Your tumor grows from the energy supplied by your body. Don't think your enemy is supplying energy to your tumor from somewhere. No. Your enemy should not agitate you with the wrong beliefs. You should agitate your enemy with the right facts. Understand? Never allow yourself to be agitated by your enemies. Be very clear. No enemy can supply energy to your tumor. No enemy can supply energy to your inauthenticity. It is you who supply energy to your inauthenticity. You who supply energy to your tumor. Nobody else. So whole day you will see your thoughts, your actions, your words strengthen the inner image, outer image, others image, life image you want to create. Tuning your thoughts, words, actions to your authentic identity whole day and living is what I call perpetual completion. Listen. Perpetual completion. Whole day, whole night, continuously, perpetually, your thoughts, words, actions, strengthening your authentic identity is perpetual completion. If you want your identity to be very friendly, loving, never ever use a strong abusive word. Don't think, no, I want to be friendly with that group. But with this fellow, if I use the abusive word, what is the wrong? No. That group may not listen to this word, but the effect of this word will be there inside you, which will be smelled by that group. You can never cheat yourself. So understand, if you think logically, You can hide information here, information there. Life doesn't work like that. Bring authenticity to your thinking, action, words. I tell you, the power authenticity gives you, if you are my disciple, if you have lived around me and felt awe by the power I radiate. See, I cannot compare, I cannot give any other explanation, definition. I can only speak from my experience. Please understand, if you are my disciple, if you have lived around me, if you have experienced the power I radiate, if you have been awed by it, I just want to tell you one word. With all my integrity, I tell you, that comes from authenticity. Practice authenticity, I tell you. Even if you are sitting in a secret cave and locking yourself and practicing authenticity, the moment people see you, they will simply walk behind you. How do you think all these thousands of ashramites and swamis and volunteers leaving everything and walking behind me? Neither then nor now, I have a separate training session or the invitation session for ashramites. The authenticity you radiate will make thousands of beings filled. Understand? If you can speak into your listening, the words you utter will speak into millions of people's listening. When your actions become authentic to you, you will have thousands of hands to act for you. When your words become authentic to you, your words will move millions of lives. When your thinking become authentic to you, you will be able to reproduce that same thinking in millions of people. Understand? Just if you authentically align your thinking to your authentic image, your inner image, outer image, others' image, life image, if you just align you to your authenticity, suddenly your thinking will become so powerful, it will simply fill, inspire, show path to millions. Understand? I have nothing other than my authentic thinking. But that is everything. I am not a intellectual orator, doctorates, PhD, Pachdi, Kichdi. This university, that university. I do not have degrees. In many countries, when I enter that country, they ask me what for you are coming. When I say to take classes, they think I am going to attend classes. Means I am going to study there. Because they don't see any degree, any qualification in my papers. Then it takes a lot of time for me to make them understand I am going to teach. Anyhow, I don't even have time to prepare for my satsangs, nor I have mind to think and plan. I only have one strength, my authenticity, which goes on producing the truths in a different way, the way it reaches you. That's all. I tell you, when your thinking has become authentic, every situation happening in your life, everywhere, you will be able to give solution for the individual, and you will be able to inspire thousands, or I can say millions, with your authentic thinking. Listen. Listen. Authentic thinking is an asset useful for you and for others, for janmas to come, for births to come. So today, 10 minutes if you sit and align your words, thoughts, actions as you want your identity to be, this practice will be useful for you not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, forever, janmas to come. This is the wealth you earned already. The wealth of outer world, like a gems, dollar, precious metal, land, all these will be useful for you as long as you have this body. Once it is dead, it will not be useful for you. But actually I am working on creating a new system. I am already consciously scanning and studying how the Tibetan lamas, karmapas, reincarnations are recognized. So now I am going to make the same system. If you are a Mahant and build a Sangha, then you come back and join the Gurukul, and next birth you take charge of the same ashram and become a Srimant. Till you achieve enlightenment. No, it is possible. It is possible. The same birthmark will be there when you come back, and with that you can be recognized. See, when you are alive, during certain initiation, the high peak energy of your body is awakened. In that highest Kundalini moment, there are some specific tattoos are put in your body in a very secret code, and that is recorded in your will. Next time when you come back, you will carry that same birthmark in same place, in a same shape. It is possible. It is possible. How I am carrying the birthmark of this whole Biddi map, Biddi campus map is there as a birthmark. It is possible. Please understand, I am not talking some foolish, superstitious thing. I am talking a very practical, simple possibility. Because Tibetan Buddhists who are 52nd Madi of Mahanirvani Akada have used this process, have used this technique. Wealth can be useful only in one birth. Knowledge can be useful only in one birth. But authenticity will be useful for janmas, births after births after births. If you build authentic identity, you don't even need to have the birthmark to come back and reclaim your wealth. The moment you land, you will see everything is there around you. Many of our Krama Brahmacharis are last time missed only. Now they are back. Bhagavad Gita very beautifully says, Bhagavan explains, even if you practice little of this yoga, it will be a great help for you, for your births and births and births to come. Janmas and janmas and janmas to come. I tell you, I will exactly say the same thing for your authenticity. Even if you put little energy and practice, it will help you so much. Let me give you the exact practicing technique. Sit and see this action you are doing. Is it furthering the identity you want to build, or is it compromising? The thinking you are having, is it furthering the identity you want to build? See, you want to build the identity of always blissful, but you are all the time worried and depressed, and go on encouraging the thought trend of depression, thinking that one day Swamiji will touch me on the forehead and suddenly the bliss will happen. After that I will always be blissful. Now I will continue to be worrying as I am. Whom are you cheating? I can only put fire. Whether to be a banana tree or a bomb is up to you. I can only put fire. If you are a camphor, you will just catch. If you are a banana tree, fire will be put off. If you are a bomb, not only you will catch, you will explode and burn everything else around you. Banana tree is the fools who miss the Guru. Camphor are the enlightened beings. Bombs are my sannyasis. Understand? But at the end of the day, I can only put my fire, nothing else. Understand? Building authenticity is perpetual completion. That should be your perpetual spiritual practice. So many organizations have so many different spiritual practices. What should be the continuous spiritual practice of our Sangha, our devotees? Should we do ajapa japa? Should we do this mantra? Should we do the unclutching? Now I tell you, perpetual completion should be the perpetual spiritual practice for all my disciples. That should be the message for the whole universe, the whole humanity. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching and causing eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.
Nithyananda Dhyanapeetham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org, www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.